Behind Clark Gable's Hollywood charm lies a ranch full of secrets that few have ever seen. Hidden away on a sprawling 20-acre estate, the King of Hollywood built a private world that went far beyond the spotlight. From his secluded garden, filled with whispered stories of romance and heartbreak, to the rustic beauty of his ranch life, Gable's private sanctuary was as legendary as his screen presence. Step inside the gates and uncover the hidden treasures and secrets of Clark Gable's estate. Before talking about Clark Gable's estate, let's look back at his final days. On November 6, 1960, Hollywood lost one of its most enduring icons when Clark Gable, often hailed as the King of Hollywood, was admitted to Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center in Los Angeles. Medical staff quickly determined that Gable had suffered a heart attack, a stark reminder of the fragility that even the most robust stars could not escape. At the time, newspapers across the country carried brief but reassuring reports of his condition, describing it as satisfactory. Fans, studios, and fellow actors alike clung to these updates with hope. After all, Gable had survived the demands of decades in the film industry, from grueling shoots to physically taxing stunts, and his presence seemed almost larger than life. Yet the reality of his medical emergency was serious, and his legendary stamina would not shield him from the relentless toll of age and illness. During the following days, reports suggested that Gable was showing signs of recovery. By the morning of November 16th, there was cautious optimism among both the medical staff and those close to him. Physicians noted that he appeared to be stabilizing, and admirers of the star imagined that the familiar twinkle in his eye might soon return. Friends and colleagues held on to hope. Hollywood itself seemed to pause, watching and waiting. But that evening, tragedy struck. At 59 years old, Gable suffered a second heart attack, one that would claim his life. Complicating the situation was an infection that had weakened his system, making the heart attack especially lethal. Medical personnel were confronted with difficult choices. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, the standard emergency procedure, was not performed due to fears that it might rupture his already compromised heart. In addition, a defibrillator, a tool that could have potentially revived him, was not available at the hospital, reflecting the limitations of cardiac care at the time. Despite the best efforts of those who cared for him, the star who had captivated audiences worldwide slipped away quietly, leaving a profound void in the entertainment world. Clark Gable's passing marked the end of an era, and his funeral arrangements reflected his status as one of Hollywood's most beloved figures. He was interred in the Great Mausoleum Memorial Terrace at Glendale's Forest Lawn Memorial Park, a resting place renowned for housing the graves of numerous stars from the golden age of cinema. Notably, Gable was laid to rest beside his beloved wife, Carole Lombard, who had died tragically in a plane crash during World War II, as well as her mother, maintaining a poignant familial connection even in death. The funeral was attended by an honor guard, underscoring the respect afforded to a man whose influence on film and popular culture was unparalleled. Among the pallbearers were Spencer Tracy and James Stewart, two of Hollywood's most distinguished actors and Gable's contemporaries, who stood as witnesses to the final farewell of a colleague, friend, and legendary figure. Clark Gable's love life was as luminous and dramatic as his presence on the silver screen, a reflection of both his charisma and the intensity with which he approached life and relationships. Over the course of his 59 years, Gable married 5 times, each union reflecting a different phase of his personal and professional journey, as well as the pressures and temptations of Hollywood during its golden age. His first marriage, to Josephine Dillon in 1924, was a union born from mentorship as much as romance. Dillon, a seasoned acting coach, recognized the raw talent in the young Gable and helped mold him into a leading man. Their marriage lasted 6 years, ending in 1930, but it was pivotal in shaping the actor's craft, providing the foundation for the screen persona that would later enthrall millions. Shortly after his divorce from Dillon, Gable married Maria Rhea Langham in 1931, a Texas socialite whose presence in his life brought a taste of stability and domesticity. Their marriage, which lasted until 1939, coincided with Gable's ascent to Hollywood stardom. Yet the pressures of fame, combined with personal incompatibilities, eventually led to the union's dissolution, a pattern that would recur throughout his romantic